All right, welcome back to DBS Midwest. I took a little break during the holidays, but now I'm going to show you a little fun deck I played at locals. I ended up going 3-1, so I didn't take it, but the deck still felt really good, and surprisingly, I'll explain it when I get to it. But anyways, I played Hirudegarn, and I played blue-green Hirudegarn, but not like the normal blue-green, just blue-green good stuff that you would think. This leader card is very good. Allows you to see a lot of cards. When it swings at a leader, you drop a battle card, draw 2 cards. It awakens, it restores 2 energy. And on the back side, when you awaken, when it swings, you can swing at any card, you draw a card. Then, if you have 4 more energy, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and puts it on top of their deck. So this card can be very annoying in conjunction with other cards in here. First off, since we're in blue-green, everyone's doing blue-green, we run the check land, Android 17, just checks to see if there's another multicolored energy in your energy area. If there is, this comes into play untapped. So generally you're trying to play a multicolor first turn and then follow up with this. Sorry, clearing my throat. Another good card set of 4 of is, this deck's kind of hand control-y, is Sengohan and Piccolo, Pupil and Master. This card is barrier, so it's very hard to remove. It does have revive, which basically makes it about impossible to remove if you want to pitch cards for it. But what this does, when it swings at any card, you got to put a card from their hand into their drop. So this, in conjunction with the leader, you can just start ripping cards out of their hand. So you use this, swing at something, they drop a card. Use this, swing at something, and they have to drop a card to the top of their deck. More into it, why you want to charge your multicolored energy turn 1 and another one turn 2. Vegeta the Cruel, still a good counterplay. Just barrier cards are a problem for this, but a lot of times you just play it and you KO something without barrier. So, and also when you do, they have to send a card from their hand to their warp. So there's more of the hand control aspect of it. I'm showing you all the green cards first, because we do have one arrival card. Basically, I have a total of 15 green cards. Just 2 of these, just combo power. This deck is not tapping out much on its turn, except for its awaken turn. Or a little bit earlier if you have Zeno button. But generally, you're not tapping out, so we just run more defensive power. This is just your pseudo-circle combo. The reason why we run all those green is because, and you can't substitute this out, but I do have this, and this did close out a game for me. It's just nasty, brutal. It's probably one of the best SCRs in the game right now. Triple attack, double strike critical isn't nothing to laugh about, and also can be played defensively sometimes, just to pop any card with barrier. So, and then it ramps you if you do that. Since we're running Hirudegarn, we're running the hero chain, so that's why I probably run this anyway, just because it thins your deck. But you run 4 of these, and I was trying to make room for 4 of these, but I just have 3. But 3's fine. What this does is, with your leader on the front side, if you discard this, it basically allows you to plus. Basically, because you get to replace this card with this card, and you get to draw 2 off the leader on the front side. So, and a lot of times once you're getting these in your hand, you're charging these as energy. We're running Tapion because it is a form of hand control and can remove a battle card. And it helps you awaken. You can take 1 to 2 life, and when it comes into play, it comes into play, and then the auto is you can take 1 to 2 life. You get to take one of your opponent's battle cards and put it on the top of their deck. So this deck's putting a lot of cards on top of their deck and in their drop, and it's eating away at their hand and just trying to grind them out. Counterplay, another one is this one, and I found out through playing, because right now at our area, it's pretty aggro. A lot of people are playing baby or just other aggro decks, and right now I actually found through playing at our locals, this depends. If you're playing against other people that are playing big bomb decks, the other one's better. But I found out the Gohan would have been more useful. The 3-drop that becomes a 2-drop that bounces a card 4 or less, and you get a restand energy. So you could substitute this for that card. And the other card is a lot cheaper. And I found out many situations I would have rather had the other card, at least for our locals last week. Now we are playing Hirudegarn, so that's why this deck's a little fun. It's just not blue-green good stuff, because we're running this chain, which a lot of people aren't running this chain, but I still think the chain can be very good. It's a little slow, but this deck, you're never tapping out, so you can play super defensive, and you can survive till this. Also, little interactions is, if you have a lot of baby in your area, if you stockpile a cup of these, you can always play one for free to trigger the baby, to KO it, because it gives it the neg. But doesn't KO it, negs it. And then you could play this, your second one, getting around the big baby. Or you could just play one of the 1-drop Minutia Dorks, which I showed earlier. One of these. If you just have one hand, play it out, then play this, and then go into your big hero. What this does is, this essentially gets to play for free, as long as you have 1 Minutia and 1 Tapion in your drop. I never ran into a time where I didn't. I run 4 Tapions, 4 Minutias, and the Hirudegarn leader sees so many cards on the front side that you're just going through and you're able to find them and get them in your drop. A lot of times you're trying to hold your Awaken turn till turn 4, because what you want to do is, on turn 4, you're going to want to play this for free. Then you want to evolve this. On top of that, then Awaken, allowing you to have 2 energy open. Because you want to play this on a turn. If you have to Awaken early to survive, then that's what the Zeno buttons are for, which allows you to basically do the same thing and then untap all your energy. This card is pretty nasty. When you play the card, you get to choose one of your opponent's battle cards in play and 1 card from the hand and send them both on top of their deck. It also has a nice auto when your opponent attacks with any of their cards. So if they attack with a battle card or a leader card, what you can do is send this to the warp to negate the attack, and then you get to choose a battle card and a card from the hand and put it on top of their deck. Then, at the beginning of your next main phase, it comes into play, and it gets the auto when it comes into play, and then you get to do it again. And then if they swing, back and forth. So once you establish this, you can just grind out your opponent. It's a free negate on top, which helps you survive, and it's a 9-drop that has barriers, so really, none of the counterplays are hitting it. And they really can't remove him from the field because he has barriers. So once he's out there, this card, you just want to play it slow, make sure you don't die, and you will grind out your opponent. They will not win if you get this out and keep it out. Hoi, that's super combo, or Hirudegarn, allows you to see more cards. Also allows you to fill your drop for Overrealm. We play 1 Overrealm card, this. So we kind of have 1 Food Dart Banisher, 3 of the 9-drop, and then 1 of the Vegeta SCR as our boss monsters. So if you don't have the Vegeta SCR, you can either bump this up to 4, or you can bump this up to 2 would be my recommendation. Or you can even play 1 of the 10-drop food, which is also really good now. But this card's just Overrealm card. Overrealm's for Overrealm 8, and you get to play it for 4. And a lot of turns, if you're playing this out on 4, doing the thing, their turn, if they want to attack, you do the thing again to drop more cards. It goes to your turn 5, and then on your turn 5, you're looking to do this, or your Vegeta SCR back to put the Zeno button, just in case they survive one Zeno button. But chances are they're generally not surviving that turn because you put too many cards on top of their hand. And this card also, whenever it swings, it's triple attack, 25k. If they want to activate any skill, basically they have to drop a card to do it. So activate a leader skill, if they want a super combo, anything that's skill, they have to drop a card. This card also is pretty bonkers in this deck because you're already putting so many cards in the drop and on top of the deck. This card can be used defensively, which I generally use it for defensively on my turn when I was following up going into the 9-drop on the next turn. So they would swing, and I sometimes could double Phantom Flame or just 1 and then put cards on top of their deck. Then it go to my turn. I was able to evolve on the big 9-drop and then put more cards, awaken the leader, put more cards on top. You're just stacking cards on top and in the drop with the other cards. Go to the extra cards real quick. We're in blue, so 4-dimension magic. Good. Very good. I wanted to run 5 negates. Some defensive Mafuba seems to be back in action. It's good against the baby decks. It's good against any big decks, but it's really good against baby deck because you can Mafuba their 4-drop that has barrier, which can delay them, or you can just Mafuba the 6-drop, which allows you to get around the autos on your following turn. And last but not least, 2 Xenobutton. Xenobutton's about ready to go bye-bye. So in the future, I don't know, the deck will change a little bit. You don't need Xenobutton. As long as you can hold your Awaken until turn 4 and restand 2 energy, you're going to be safe. But this is just in case, since field is very aggro. If you did have to Awaken early, then you could go into the big Hiru on turn 4 still and use this to restand energy. That's it. So the deck went 3-1, performed very well, and I'll have more decks coming to you soon. That's all I got for you. Thanks.